Welcome to the Black and Green podcast. It's your go-to place to find the latest high-quality, all-natural products created by Black artisans. Hosted by yours truly, Dr. Kristian H., the founder of Black and Green. We'll discuss all things health, wellness, self-care, and of course, self-love. This podcast features a refreshing lineup of guests, from entrepreneurs and artisans to holistic lifestylists and clean beauty experts, and a plethora of other innovators within the wellness industry. Join me as we learn from the best of the best. The best of the best. Tracey, thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you for your patience. I was try to work this all out. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So tell me, what does it mean to be happy, healthy, and free to you?
For me, it's called peace. A peace of mind, just enjoying life one step at a time. So that's really happiness to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that peace. How old do you think you were when you figured out that peace is how you're happy? When did that happen, and how do you make sure you keep your peace?
Yeah. So I actually just turned 45 like 2 weeks ago.
And happy birthday.
Thank you. For me, that piece, I think it was actually probably 3 years ago, when, some of the unnecessary noise, stopped in my life. It's probably more of a personal, decision. But then with that came more rewards, success, not only with myself, but then, with business and just, with my, family in general. It's just been, much more successful, and really taking each day and enjoying the moments, as they come and the rewards and everything like that. So
Yeah. How have you been able to do that? How are you able to enjoy the moments? Because bad stuff's gonna happen.
it definitely is.
Life is gonna always be lifing. So how are you able to stay present and enjoy despite what's happening around you?
Yeah, fortunately, with actually my family and upbringing, the support from there has allowed me to be able to, even with the bad, to enjoy the good. To be able to take the moments, that I need to step away, to make certain decisions and stuff like that. So for me, I have, fortunately, I guess as far as my family, both my parents, and I actually have two sisters and a brother. So it's pretty big, including first cousins. So from that aspect, being able to have that type of support has been tremendous.
I love it. I love it. So what made you start your brand? What went off in your head that's like, I need to create something. That's what I need to do.
So it was a crazy thing is from requests from family and friends. So I'm a chemical engineer, and I've actually been in the beauty industry for like 20 years, like as a cosmetic chemist and a process engineer. So they knew I knew how to make products. So I had requests either come from my sisters or even friends, whether they wanted a certain product for their hair or for their skin. And before AcARRE became AcARRE, I was actually making like customized oils for their needs. And then the indie market started growing, tremendously. And it was like, I can do this because I also come from a large family of entrepreneurs from like my grandmother, even though nobody was in the beauty industry. Like my grandmother had her own school bus company for 40 years. My parents have their own construction rental company. My sister, she has like her own insurance. My other sister has a travel agency. So, and the list goes on and on. So it was one of those things like entrepreneurship actually was in my blood, but it only made sense because of how things were starting from a customization standpoint. And then once I saw, the growth of the indie beauty brands, it was just like, okay, I can do this. Now it's time to like put the business plan together and everything else. And that's how AcARRE came to life.
Absolutely. And how has that felt since you made that choice and made that decision? Has it felt right? Or is there anything that you wish you would have changed? Kind of like how is being in the indie brand, being a new brand, being a young brand, a new brand. Like, how has that felt? Do you like your decision you made? Do you wish you would have done something different? What would you tell other people? Kind of like, tell me more about how you're feeling about it.
Yeah, I definitely love the decision I made because of the creative process. It's my own. I can do it when I'm ready to or when I want to. So from that flexibility, it is what I definitely love. The one thing I would say I would change in terms of starting my own business, I would say I would have saved more money because of the amount of money that you have to put into it. And it's only because for the last few years I've taken the initiative of just doing what is bootstrapping, which a lot of brands do. But I have had talks with investors, but it just hasn't, like felt right. But then it was one of those
Yep.
things like, is it really for me? Is it something that I want
Yeah.
that responsibility of
Yes.
versus
Yes.
like now I do more of like say applying to grants because again I don't owe anything back. I don't owe anybody from that perspective. So
Yes. Yes.
that would
Let's,
be the thing that I would say changing in
yeah.
terms of just saving more money to be more
Uh huh.
strategic with the things that I
Uh
want to
huh.
do with the brand. But
Yeah.
it's been good.
Let's talk about investors because Black and Green doesn't have any investors, and
Right.
I'm a little scared. Like, I like that I can make whatever decision I want to make, that what
Exactly.
I think is right. I can have vendor friendly terms. I cannot return products that they don't sell. I like having that flexibility.
Exactly.
And I'm scared if I get an investor, they're going to switch my focus from being more social and community to having to be money. And
Right.
I don't want that to be my focus. That's not why I started Black and Green. And I'm
Exactly.
fearful of getting somebody else's money. They're going to make me focus on money.
Exactly. No, I definitely agree to that. And I mean, I'm fortunate enough to know like a few people that have owned business for 20 plus years and are very successful. And they have done it, without investors. And it's just like, if you can do it, then do it. But it also it's a matter of what feels right to you, what makes sense
Yes.
to you. But then depending on your brand DNA and ethos and who you have invest in your company, sharing the same principles that you have. The
Yes. Yes.
commonalities from that perspective versus just taking somebody's money to grow because even somebody else's money doesn't guarantee growth.
Yes, yes, yes. And I love this concept about taking someone else's money to grow your business. But this is a mindset, a thought process that we can apply to anything,
Exactly.
whether it's your business or whether it's in your family and whether it's anything. How do you use money? And
Exactly.
how is money a tool? Is it something that holds you back or something that propels you forward? So I think that money has an interesting place in the Black community.
It definitely does. Like, I mean, when it comes to money, it has its highs and lows. It's there for a moment. If you are wise enough to invest it, it could grow, but you need patience. But then if you're quick to spend it, then it's like, okay, now you got to think about how you're going to get some more money, to do whatever it is that you need to do next. So it's just like as good as money could be, it doesn't guarantee, like I said, what it is you need. It doesn't guarantee happiness.
It's true. Say that again. Money does not guarantee happiness.
No, it does not. So, yep.
Which is an interesting question that we have to ask ourselves is what makes us happy? Because money's not it. And you got to figure out what makes you happy.
Exactly.
What makes you happy? And
Exactly.
can money be a tool? Because that's the way I look at it. Money is a tool. That's it. It's a
Exactly.
tool. That's a tool to help me get my ends met. Like it's the tool.
It is.
But I have to know what makes me happy. That's the key.
It is.
That's the key. What makes you happy? So talk to me about what makes you happy.
I mean, for me, I think I feel as though I'm genuinely happy. I'm happy as far as waking up in the morning, happy to be able to have food in the fridge and be able to fix not only myself but my son, food, take him places, all of that kind of stuff. And it's something that, work to teach him because, he gets $1, he's ready to spend $1. So, but that's a child. And we'll get there. But just, it's something that fortunate as far as being raised to be genuinely happy with what I have before receiving anything more, because if I don't get anything more, does it really matter? No, because I'm genuinely happy with what it is that I have. Yes. So from that's something that I have carried on. I was taught that from parents, grandparents, and aunts and uncles. So it's just something that for me is within me. And I guess it's kind of hard to describe, so yeah, it's just genuine happiness.
Yeah. It's interesting kind of talking about being happy with what you have, and sort of this happiness conversation is oftentimes connected to material things.
Exactly.
But the thing I'm learning is that happiness is more a state of being and more of a mindset.
Exactly.
It's understanding that things are going to happen. Good things are going to happen. Bad things are going to happen. They're both are going to happen, and how you receive them.
Exactly.
And what you would choose to attach to is kind of what balances your happiness. Right. So if negative things happen, because everybody got negative things. If negative things happen, like they get all your energy, you're going to be miserable.
Yep. Exactly.
You'll be miserable.
Exactly.
But if you choose when the good things happen, that to get your energy, you'll be happy. Exactly. And it sounds simple, but it's hard.
It is. It is, but it's a mindset, with anything. Even like you said with the negative, what is the good side of that? Like I can sit here and say, okay, sales are not where they want to be, but at the same time, I have a brand, I have products, I can just figure out how I'm going to sell that. It is just the positive side of it, and that's just it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now we will pause for a moment of meditation with Dr. Crystal Jones.
So wherever you are right now, just take a moment to be. Be in your awareness. Be in your truth. Be in your wholeness. Allow yourself to show up as light, dark, and every shade of gray in between. Feeling your presence, experiencing your truth. Finding your breath. And instead of directing her, listen to her. Ask her where she wants to spend more time, and spend more time there. Ask her where she's stuck, and go into the experience of why. Be in this breath, be in this movement, and continue to cultivate this experience through the rest of your day. Honoring that your truth and whatever you show up as is always enough. You are perfection and excellence personified. Anything that tells you that you're anything else no longer serves you.
The power of breathing. I was just talking with a friend yesterday who was telling me most people don't know how to breathe.
Right.
And it shocked me. I was like, why don't most people know how to breathe? Why is that a skill that we aren't teaching our kids? How to take a deep breath in and take a deep breath out. When my kids get emotional, I say, all right, baby, take a deep breath in, let's breathe it out.
Exactly.
And take a deep breath out. And so I'm curious, why do you think breathing is a normal, a standard protocol that is embedded in Black folk?
Take it for granted, saying you're always on the go. So it's like you don't even think about it.
You don't even realize that it's happening. And we don't realize its power.
Exactly.
That it has the ability to calm you down and get you centered and focused in a way that nothing else can do that.
Very true.
Yeah. Tell me about your self-care routine.
It can vary. If I'm home, I'll actually binge watch Law and Order SVU as I'm wearing like my AcARRE mask, and I'll have like these gloves on to hydrate my hands and the booties on my feet. That's self-care for me. Unless, I'm fortunate enough to go to the spa, spend the day at the spa, relaxing, massaging, or even self-care also for me. I love the water. So anytime I can be near the beach, at the beach, or at the pool, I'll take it.
Yes. Knowing that about yourself, that you love water, how often are you taking baths to recreate that in your house?
I don't take them as often as I should. But I will tell you, my son does. So
he's like, no, you don't do it, but I do.
Exactly, he definitely makes up for it.
It's so interesting that it's like a couple of steps. Like first is just self-awareness, knowing what you need, knowing what you want, knowing what feels good. So you are a water person. Right? But then it's like, okay, now being conscious to make sure I'm doing that thing.
Exactly.
So when I'm feeling off balance, when I'm not feeling off together, let me go hop in some water. Just making that I feel like the first step is understanding what you need, what you want, what makes you feel more balanced. And then when you're feeling off, to go do the things that bring balance to you.
Yeah, so I need to make that a weekly obligation.
Exactly. Yeah. And then know yourself. Know, are you a scheduler? Then schedule that in.
Exactly.
If you need it on your schedule a bath on this day. I know I love the things that help bring me balance. I love to go on a good old walk outside. Like, that's fantastic. I love to work out. I had to schedule working out because if I didn't, it wasn't going to get done.
Right.
Like, all right, Kristian, you need to do this. You haven't been there in 4 or 5 days. Put this time in your schedule. Exactly. And then I had to build into my habit. After you do something repeatedly, it becomes unconscious, and then you're just naturally doing it.
Yeah, which is good. Which is really good.
And that I always say, I want to replace my bad habits with good habits. So I want to be intentional about the habits I'm creating.
Yeah.
The bad habits are there. I want to pinpoint the bad ones and replace them with good ones.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Replace them with good ones, yeah. And we all got bad habits, and that don't make you a bad person. That makes you human.
Yeah, it does.
That makes you human. And but the most important thing is to figure out what the bad habits are and start replacing them. Yeah. And we all have power to do that.
Yes, we do. Yeah.
We all have the power to do that. We're so powerful. But we just got to do it.
Yeah. Take the time.
Now I'm trying to think, what's the bad habit I'm working on replacing? A good bad habit I'm working on replacing is that I have my phone on me the second I wake up, I grab my phone. The second I'm on my phone right before I go to bed. So that's a bad habit I'm trying to fix. I said, Kristian, you don't need to be on your phone right before you get in the bed. Right. Give yourself some time. Yeah. My goal is to leave my phone downstairs. I'll leave my phone downstairs and I'll walk upstairs and leave it there. Mm-hmm. So I want to create the separation between me and electronics. Yeah. I used to have my laptop in my room, so I would wake up out the bed and hop on my laptop. So I've already done that. I've migrated my laptop back to my office, so I'm not taking my laptop into my room. Right. But my phone, I'm still working on my phone.
So we all need that. I think for a while I had put the phone down, but now it's like I watch the phone while I'm in the bed to fall asleep because I don't have a TV in my room. But I'm like, there's a reason I don't have a TV in the room.
Yes. And let me not recreate it on my phone.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's interesting because I also I have a TV in my room, but it's not right in front of my bed, so it's like further away. So I have to like intentionally go watch my TV.
Gotcha.
But it's interesting because we put that TV in there a couple of years ago, and there was a time when we were watching it all the time. We now barely watch that TV.
Oh,
I should
okay.
probably sell it now that we're talking.
Yeah.
We get a little bit of money back for that TV that we don't
Exactly.
use. hmm And one of my friends religiously watches her TV in her bedroom. And I said, here's a challenge. Unplug it.
Oh.
Just unplug your TV for a day, for a week, and see how that feels. Do you feel more balanced? And does it feel good? And then unplug it for a little bit longer. And if you get to the point where you feel like you can move it completely, then move it. Like I'm trying to break my attachment to electronics.
Yeah,
Trying to break my attachment.
as we all should. Yeah, I'm like, it's hard because it's like I'm working on my phone, you know. It's like I don't want to do that. Or at least, you know, after 5 o'clock, trying to put it down. But
Yes.
we'll get there.
Oh, girl, let me tell you about something that really hit me recently. Oh, my gosh. My son asked me to do yoga with him, which was because me and him taught a yoga class together. He asked me to do yoga with him one day. I was so excited. Oh, yes, I'll definitely do yoga with you. So I pulled out my little mat, and me and him were doing yoga on the floor. And then I got a message on my phone, and I stopped doing yoga and started doing the thing on the message. And my son looked and said, "Mommy, I thought we were doing yoga together." He's like, yeah, he was like, ooh.
Exactly.
We were.
Yeah.
My bad. We were.
Yeah.
And then my brain started ticking. Like, I've always had my business. I've always worked on my business in my house.
Right.
When I grew up, my parents went to work. When they came home, it was no more work.
Okay, gotcha.
Where my kids, mommy's working all the time.
Exactly.
And so I said, I have to be more intentional about shutting work off, or else mommy's never present.
Yeah, no, which is true. And then they think that's what they're supposed to do. Because I know when I've been like, okay, it's time to get off the iPad, you know, you only get like an hour at certain periods of the day. And he's like, but you're still on your phone. You're still on your computer. I'm like, we're not talking about me. But, you know, as they say, you know, one does what one sees. So it's just like, okay, yeah. You know what?
You're modeling it. You're like they're imitating it. So I have to because I don't want my kids to be attached to the electronics. That means I can't be attached to my electronics.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when he wants to do yoga and just be there in that moment, I can't go run to my phone to check. Because listen, the email is gonna be there in the morning too.
Yes, it will. Yes.
And if I make it a rule after 5 o'clock, I can even make an automatic reply. Like, I'm sorry, it's after 5 o'clock. My email closed. I'll get you back in the morning. I could do that.
That is true.
And really cut things off. I don't want to. But I could do it.
If it needs to be done, you know.
Yes.
So many times a day.
I have created a hard bedtime, so I have to be in bed by 10 o'clock.
Okay, that's good.
I need to create a hard work off time. So that's my next new habit I'm trying to create is that at 5 o'clock, I was talking with someone. She said at 5 o'clock, I put a do not disturb on my phone. I put my phone down. So if you text me after 5 o'clock, you're not going to hear back from me until the morning.
Yeah. Wow.
I said, whew.
5 o'clock is early.
Yeah. I said, whew, that's bold.
Yeah. I'm like,
Okay. I said, maybe, can we do some negotiation? Maybe 6 or 7?
right. Mine is 7:30. I actually have it 7:30. But then sometimes I catch myself turning it off. So I'm like, no, let me just leave it on.
So I'm working there. I'm working. My next step is to get my phone out my room, and then I'll try to detach from it. I'm gonna try to be electronic free for a whole day.
Yeah.
We'll try that.
That'll be good. Yeah. I mean, I could do it probably on Sunday.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that might be good. And maybe that's the good day. It's just on Sundays, we're going to check all our phones in. And then the rest for real. Take a rest day. We're not checking the phones. We're not checking nothing. We're taking a real rest on Sundays.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. You inspired me to try to make my Sundays a real rest day.
Right.
I'm going to let you know how it goes.
All right. Yep. I'm curious.
That would be fantastic. Do you have anything else that you want to talk about, that you want to share, to talk about your brand or your business? I know we've been talking a lot about health and happiness.
Yeah. No, but you need to be healthy and happy in order to have a successful and thriving business, you know. If you're not, what are you doing?
Exactly. And something I am realizing by working with indie brands, that products that are made from, what's the right word I'm looking for? The first thing I was going to say, products that are made from love are products that are made when I can tell when the artisan who created it is balanced and happy. It breathes through the product.
Right.
And it's very interesting the way that happens.
Yeah. Which is good. Which is really good. But, yeah, no, I mean, as far as AcARRE, you know, staying busy, doing a lot more partnerships. So I know I have coming up, actually it's next Saturday in DC at the H&M in DC, a partnership with
Awesome.
Black woman, doing a pop-up there. Actually doing a partnership tonight with the jewelry store, Bloomstone Jewelers, where I'm going to make some body oils around some diamonds. So
That's very cool.
yeah, so just, you know, trying to think outside the box while creating more community and going from there.
Awesome. That's amazing. That's
you.
wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Well, thank you for being on Black and Green.
No
And
problem.
I'm going
Thanks
to
for
play my little
having me.
outro.
Thank you for tuning into the Black and Green podcast. Did you have more questions for our special guest? Please leave your questions in the comment section. Also, check us out at blkgrn.com. Please subscribe and comment. We love hearing from you. Until next time, buy Black and live green.